Hi you guys, it's Karen with Love Your Land, and I have something very fun to be doing today. Let's see, we're going to start off with showing you my little babies that I started last week. So, these are the seeds that I started, was it last week? It was the 18th, actually, because I wrote it down on my markers. So I started these the 18th, and the tomatoes, these are all orange Rossellini over here. These all sprouted in 5 days. Now it's been a few more days, but they're getting there. Can you see them in there? So cute. And what I really need is trifecta. I keep checking the site. You know, he's in Mexico right now, Luke, at MIGardener. And I just sort of didn't remember that part when I was kind of planning all this, but we have some, these are Sugar Rush Peach. Remember I said these are difficult seeds to save, or tricky. They're not difficult. They're the same as saving any other pepper seed, except the ripeness of the pepper matters, and the color of these peppers isn't real clear when they're ripe. However, 2 of my 3 pots of them have come up. So I'm happy with that, because I don't need, honestly, you do not need more than 1 Sugar Rush Peach pepper plant, unless you're doing like some kind of major, huge scale. So why am I doing this video today? I'm doing this video because 2 weeks ago today, late at night, I realized the giant crimson tomato was obviously sold out. Now, if you don't know what the giant crimson tomato is, I want to say you must be living under a rock, except for I didn't know the whole story behind it either until I realized I wanted the seeds, and I knew that they were very old seeds, or these seeds had come from very, very old seeds, 87-year-old seeds actually, but I didn't know the story behind it until one of you posted about, or pointed it out to me. So 2 weeks ago today, I realized that they were all sold out, so I went onto the Love Your Land page on Facebook and made a plea for, I honestly, I didn't think that anybody was gonna be able to send me seeds, because they're so rare right now, that MIGardener is selling them. Each pack is $5, and each pack only has 5 seeds, and you can only order 2 packs per person, and that is because they are so rare. So when I posted that post on Facebook to say if anybody has like 1 spare seed that they just feel like they'd like to give to me, you know, what the heck, if you're feeling generous. Well, 1 of you did, and 2 of you did actually, but I went with Laurie, and here she is. I'm not gonna put her address on here, but it's Laurie's Homestead. She has an Etsy page, she has a Facebook channel, a YouTube channel, and she's just a very sweet, generous person. So you should go check out her Etsy page. It is Laurie's Homestead, organically grown heirloom seeds, homemade baked goods, etc. So she said, I'm gonna send you some seeds. So she sent me 2. I can't believe she sent me 2, but she sent me 2. And then another gal offered to send me a seed or 2, but I said, you know what? I don't want to take seeds from anybody else. Laurie is sending them. Thank you very much. Hang on to your seeds. So, but anyway, when I posted my plea for my cry for help, to ask if anybody just, didn't need to, had a seed to spare, one of you said something like, is that the seed from the picture frame? Or is that from the picture frame? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I knew that Luke had videos about growing this really old seed, but I never followed the story. I didn't catch the first episode. I didn't know what the whole thing was about. The first and the second episodes are like, first and second. The second ends up being 2 episodes in one, but I'm gonna put a link to the 3rd episode below, because it's my favorite. His reaction is completely genuine, and he's just so excited. It's very cool to watch. He's just like, his mind is blown, because what happened was 5+ years ago, he and Cindy, his wife, set out to find like the oldest seeds that they could possibly find to try to germinate them and grow them. And so they spent a bunch of time trying to find the oldest seeds possible, and they finally found this antique picture frame. Now I've forgotten the name of the seed company, but it was a shadow box that the seed company had put together on their own back in like the 30s. I think it was the 30s. Yes, it was. And they had 4 seed packets in it, and it had been perfectly preserved. It was just an antique piece that somebody had on Etsy, and they were like, we'll buy it. So they bought it, 87-year-old seeds at the time. You can go back and watch that video. But anyway, I don't remember, I think he got like 2 seeds of the tomato seeds to germinate, and only 1 made it or something like that. But there's a number of videos on it. There isn't a playlist that I can find. And that was part of my challenge in trying to like find all the videos and watch them in succession. But I feel like I've watched enough to at least know this part of the story. So that's what Luke at MIGardener did. And Cindy, they went out and tried to find the oldest seed they possibly could. And they did. And they did all, textbooks germinating them. My dogs are gonna bark, sorry. And it worked. He spent over 5 years growing these plants, these giant crimson plants that were completely extinct. It's like if somebody died, they're gone. Except in this case, he found a seed. It's like he found the soul of the plant, sort of, and was able to resurrect it. And I just think it's the most incredible, cool thing in the entire world. So I really wanted to be a part of that effort, because he's been working on this for a long time, and finally got to the point. I don't remember. It isn't that I don't remember. I'm not sure when he finally started selling the seeds. I don't know if it was I know that there were some available in 2021, but I don't know when they went, on his website and he was able to sell them and share them. But it's been, relatively speaking, it's been very recent. So I have to put my glasses. So I'm going to start my 2 seeds that Laurie very generously sent me. I have to put my glasses on for this though, because these are the smallest tomato seeds I've ever seen in my life, except for maybe like a tiny tom or something like that. I don't know why they're so small, because they're not from a small tomato, but they're small. So this is from Laurie. She wrote me a nice little note in here somewhere, right there. Thank you, Laurie. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm serious. This is just amazing. So I need to find room for these guys. I'm gonna have to take my basil out, which probably won't mind being out of here, because it's pretty warm in there now for that guy. So I don't think he's gonna mind. I'm gonna set up my other grow dome as well, because I have some other seeds to start, but not today, because for one thing, I only have 2 pots. I don't know where all my gigantic thing of pots went, but they're gone. So I'm just gonna start, let's move this back like this. I'm just gonna start these 2 seeds, the giant crimson. I'm gonna make my labels now. The other thing that's kind of interesting for me right now is that, aside from the first time I ever started tomatoes in my life, I have never ever waited this long to start them. And today on Facebook, I had a memory pop up, and it was, I think it was last year or the year before, but it was, whatever, how many years ago today. So it was March 27th, and it's a picture of, just on my personal page, of my tomatoes at the time that were setting fruit. Because that's how I do it. And I know a lot of people don't start their tomatoes and stuff that early, but I do. And I've explained a million times why I do that. But it's just weird to have seedlings that look like this right now. Whereas usually I have plants that are setting fruit, or at least flowering. Do they need to be setting fruit this early in my house? No, but I either pinch the flowers off, or if it's getting really close to for them to be put out, then I just leave them, and trust me, they do just fine. So this will be interesting for me, because I haven't experienced this again, except for the first time that I grew tomatoes. And there's a video, it's years ago, it's probably 9 years old, but I talk about how I waited until 8 weeks before my last frost date for tomatoes, and you know, I was just going out there pulling green tomatoes off in September, August, September, and that was a bummer. So I don't do that here in Colorado with my grow season. So I don't want to lose these guys. I want to put them on this white cheesecloth. Oh my God, I can barely see him. Where's the other one? Oh, it's still in there. Scary. You don't want to lose one of your 2 tomato seeds you have that somebody generously gave you, like 20% of their 40% of their stock of seeds. I mean, I cannot thank her enough. I really can't. Okay, so I have those little guys in there. I'm gonna put a teensy-weensy bit of soil on top. I mean a sprinkling, just a sprinkling. And give them a little pat. Now I'm going to spray them on camera this time with my 12 sprays of water. This is what I do. All right. This guy, what is this? Oh, this is it's a pepper. It's a, what's it called? An ancho pepper. I'm gonna have to find a different home for him because he's not fitting in here. I'm gonna put this in here like this, and this like this. So now I have finally started. So it's, like I said, it's the 27th. I got these seeds last week, early in the week, and it's been crazy as usual. So I never could get, like, take a shower in time to do a video or whatever. So I hadn't done it till, I'm not doing it till, what am I trying to say? It has not been done till now. Anyway, now I have the giant crimson in here. We're going to cross our fingers, hope and pray that they come up. One thing I am gonna do, actually, while I am here, I know this is gonna make some people's teeth itch, but my cayenne peppers have not come up yet, and oh, one did. So maybe I won't do what I was just about to do. I was just gonna stick some more in pots, even though it's a different variety. I still could. Now I have one come up right there, and that's it. I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna go get more pots and set up my other grow dome, and do them in their own little pots so we know what we got going on here. But anyway, that's cool. I did not see that guy until right now. I mean, it's like an 1/4 of an inch tall. So I'm not real sure if he's gonna make it yet or not. But for now, don't tip over your giant crimson pots, Karen. For now we have this, and of course our light. Next week I'm going to, yay, I love that. It's so cute. It's also just like when you take this lid off and smell, it's just the best. But anyway, next week I'm going to get my lights, my big panel lights. There's 6 bulb panels. Every time I say that, I say it wrong. But I'm gonna get those set up because these little guys down here, soon I will have trifecta. I know that it's gonna be back in stock. I believe he said next week. So I'm gonna get it soon enough, I believe. And then I will backfill these. By the way, I did, only filled these halfway again, just to point that out. I'll have the trifecta, I'll mix it into this, I'll backfill all these guys that are big enough to be backfilled. And at that point, especially these tomatoes will probably be ready to come out of this dome. And even if they're not quite ready, I can lower those lights way down not on top touching this, but all the way down to this. And those lights are way more powerful than these. So I'm gonna do everything I can to get these tomatoes where they need to be as soon as possible, because my time between now and when we actually set them out is a little tight, a little tight for my comfort. But anyway, that is it for now. If you haven't subscribed, go over and do that now. If you have, thank you very much. And I will see you guys in the next one. See ya. Bye.